the moaning rooms where basically they would bring pretty women in there and they would moan for 200. The best moaner got $200. And literally, like, I went in the room one time just out of curiosity because of the title. And I kid you not, as soon as I turned the audio on, it's the great.
Hey, Carmen, I wanted to let you know that this video is an excerpt from this sweet podcast called Lucy Outline, where I'm not eating greasy buckets of crispy chicken. I'm watching Lucy Outline. If you want to check out the full Lucy Outline podcast, then tap the link in the description below, you fat loser.
There was like some rooms where you'd go in and like nobody would even be talking. Yeah. Like no one would be talking, and then it's just like to follow. Yeah. I was like, that's so weird. Or that other room that we went into. Throat baby.
Throat baby.
Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, like there were rooms for throat babies and what was this shit called? Throat babies and like what do you call sugar babies? Basically, chicks like pretty women would be in these rooms and it'd be full of like rappers and people with money, and basically they would get their shot to come up to the stage and try to sell themselves to the highest bidder. It was really weird to like see on the internet. They also had moaning rooms.
Well, okay, I never saw the moaning room.
I did. We'll get to it.
But like the room that we were in, it was like the throat baby room, and what they did is they would bring women in there, and they would bring them to the stage and be like, "Oh, like who did you see in the room that you thought was fine, and you want them to like DM you or whatever." So you and I were sitting in there, and then they called me to the stage, and they were like. They're like Zaya. They're like, is there anybody in the room that you have your eye on?
I forgot we used to troll on that app.
And I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah. I was like that black. What is that? Black Hokage. Yeah, he's looking real good. And then I think they brought you to the stage too. And what did you say?
I don't even remember.
You were like
some stupid shit.
You were like, oh no, it was stupid. You're like, hey, you're like, whatever. You're like, you could be my throat baby. And I was like, dang, send me a message. And then they were like, ooh.
But what do they know? We're just trolling, bro. Like, we planned this the whole time, just fucking with the people. It's like, oh, they're really going to do it. Because I don't really feel like they be doing anything in the room, bro.
No, I got another, after that, I got another DM from a different guy in that room. And he was like, hey.
Like, so, like, you really with it? Like, what's up?
Like, no, I ignored him. I never even, like, accepted that message request. But, yeah, that was funny. That was a really funny troll.
Yeah, they also had rooms for in the clubhouse for the moaning rooms where basically they would bring pretty women in there and they would moan for 200. The best moaner got $200. And literally, like, I went in the room one time just out of curiosity because of the title, and I kid you not, as soon as I turned the audio on, it's the great. Like, that's all you fucking heard, bro. And I was like, hey, yo, you cannot listen to this shit in public. They dead ass were in there were moaning their hearts out.
I wish we found a moaning room together, because I would have went in there. I would have been like, oh, yeah.
You think that's hot?
Yeah, you like this? Yeah, daddy, you like it?
Some of the, the crazy part is somebody would have liked that shit because people got different fetishes and shit. Somebody would have liked that joint.
Oh my God.
But I think Twitter Spaces kind of killed Clubhouse. They came out with better features. And I don't know if you use Twitter Spaces, but you can literally post articles at the top so people always know what you're talking about.
Oh, I didn't know you could post articles.
Yep. There's and it's clickable and you stay within the app. And then they do live transcriptions so you can see closed captions or whatever. And then also you can have like reactions and stuff. It just has better features. And they just launched the desktop feature. But for Spotify, I'm trying to figure out what would be the use of this. Like, oh, this new, I don't know, who's your favorite artist? Giveon. Oh, this new Giveon song came out. We're gonna hop in a Spotify Spaces and then what? Be like, oh, I love this song. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how it works. I have no idea. I feel like, I don't know. There's this one podcast that I was talking to you about that got signed exclusively to Spotify, and some people were like,
"Call me daddy."
Call her daddy.
Right.
But like she was posting stuff to her story, and people were like sending her messages like, oh, I'm only downloading this damn app for you, or like oh, I hate this app, but I'm downloading it for you. I don't know, I guess there's people that for some reason don't like Spotify. I didn't know that. But
who the fuck uses Apple Music?
Not me.
And you're a masochist if you use YouTube Music. Crazy.
I used to use Google Play Music because you would get YouTube when it was called YouTube Red. You'd get YouTube Red for free, so no ads.
Now, on the previous podcast, somebody asked, how crazy are you from 1 to 1,000? And I said 1,000 because you sniff your milk. There's another example you used Google Music.
No, yeah, Google Play Music. I had an Android. And you would get YouTube
What
Red.
What did you just say?
I had an Android.
This is over. This podcast is over. We can't do this.
You
You're poor.
act like I don't work for an Android company. What is this? This is an iPhone.
What?
Which is still a poverty phone, by the way.
No, how is it poverty? What
you're
the hell
like, yesterday, you're like, it's not typing. You're like, it's not typing. The keyboard,
your joint wasn't working. You got a broken joint.
I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. I just got this thing.
Where you get that from? The Sprint store?
From AT&T.
I think that's T-Mobile. I don't know.
That's AT&T.
Actually, it's Boost Mobile. My bad.
Whatever.
Cricket. Because it don't work. It just be chirping and shit.
Okay.